How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Strictly Nintendo. I just wanted to take a moment here to give y'all a quick update on why I've been a ghost. And obviously, I haven't been as active as I want to be, outside of that quick little video on the Switch, which we were all excited about. And I just wanted to share my enthusiasm. Of course, some sparse interaction on Twitter and the NX Diaries, which, was birthed out of a need for levity, which we'll discuss in a minute. But I mean, honestly, like the NX Diary took me 15, 20 minutes to throw together all of those episodes. I mean, there's clearly things that I've, haven't been able to follow up with and finish up, like the discussion of E3 and the discussion of third party, and also some reviews of games that I've been playing here and there. Of course, unfortunately, I really haven't been playing games a whole lot lately. Haven't had the time, so outside of a few games on my 3DS during lunch breaks, I haven't been able to game all that much. And before I get into the update, I also want to, one of the things that I've been meaning to get up on the blog is a Q&A with the fellows over at Zoink Games. I owe Zoink Games a huge apology for not following through on that. They took the time to answer my questions and I failed to follow through. But unfortunately, I've been so overwhelmed with everything that's been going on. I just didn't have the time to really give that the attention that it deserves. Now, I am taking a 3-day weekend here soon, so I am going to try and catch up on as much as possible, and that one is going to be a priority. So please do keep an eye out on the blog for that Q&A with Zoink Games. While it should have been done, back in like August, I think with the announcement of the Switch, and that they have already posted on Twitter that they are excited about the Switch and they have confirmed that they are going to be devs for the Switch, then I think that this is still a relevant Q&A. But the reason that I have been very overwhelmed and, haven't had the opportunity to really interact and do videos like I want to is because most of you should know that I began construction on repairing my home back in July. And yes, it literally took that long. The flood was on October 4th, 2015, and it wasn't until July 2016 that I could actually start working on my home. And there are other people in my same predicament, and there are other people who still haven't started anything as far as the recovery goes. But I did start construction on my home in July, and due to floodplain code compliance, I was required to elevate my home above the floodplain. Now, by law, I was only required to elevate it 2 feet, but since I got 30 inches of water inside my house, I decided to elevate above that, and that's what I did. Now, the elevation of the home happened, within a day, went smoothly, very little damage to the house. I mean, obviously, drywall's going to split and all that stuff, but it went well, and I was very, very happy with the company who did that. And then I had a contractor come out, and they knocked out the old foundation, and they started construction on the new foundation. Now, early on, everything seemed to go smoothly, and, I had a few concerns that I addressed, but the contractor, he addressed my concerns, and, it seemed everything was fine. Now, what should have been a 4-week job turned into 10 weeks. There were a lot of changes, there were delays, just a lot of things, but in this time, one of my coworkers left the company that I work for, and that put a lot of extra responsibilities on me and everybody else that we work with. So I didn't have the time to dedicate to following up, checking everything out constantly. And since I am currently living with my parents and they're not charging me rent, I'm doing things around their house like roof repairs, building new handrails for their front steps. And I'm now currently planning to do some floor replacements for them and everything like that. So needless to say, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now. Well, the week before Hurricane Matthews came, we lowered the house. Once the house was lowered, I went and looked at it, and I saw some things that concerned me, things that I really wasn't happy with. Now, I haven't told y'all this, but I told the contractor this from the get-go. I'm a certified home inspector. Well, when I met with the contractor, he seemed to kind of pull that whole misdirection and gloss things over. Oh, we can do this, this, and this. Everything's going great, blah, blah, blah. And just the way he behaved and the things he was saying threw up some red flags because I'm standing there in front of the work and I'm like, you don't see this? I was honestly just speechless. So I had a inspector come out from the county, and the foundation completely failed to meet code. I mean, wasn't even in the same ballpark as code. I went to the contractor and I said, I've given you 2 months to do a 4-week job and it failed to meet code. So I'm overseeing things from now on. This is what's going to happen and you're going to fix it on your own dime. He didn't like that too much. We had it out with each other. And needless to say, I am having to proceed in a new direction, which I'm not going to talk about, but I think you all know what that means. The problem is the process in which I'm going to have to resolve this. It's going to take some time more than likely. So that puts me getting a new foundation on my house starting in like March or April. Then we're talking 5 to 6 months of work on the inside of the house. So it's more than likely going to be like July next year before I get back into my house. So given that and the possibility of extra damage to my house from not being supported correctly or being exposed to the elements without having an HVAC system, there's a real possibility that my house is going to sustain additional damages that I'm not going to have the funds to recover. This is all something I'm trying to avoid because I love my house, but I have to accept that there's the real possibility I may have to get bought out by the county and pay off my mortgage and then go find a new place to live. So, as much as I'd love to make promises, as much as I'd love to be more active, given the situation and given that I have no idea what the future is going to hold, I unfortunately can't make promises. The only thing I will promise is that as soon as I can, I will relaunch this channel. For everyone who is stuck around and everybody who will still be there when the channel relaunches, thank you so very much. I cannot in any way, shape, or form express how thankful I am for that support and for y'all wanting to be a part of this community. So I greatly appreciate that. I will keep y'all up to date as best as I can, but I just wanted everybody to understand what's going on right now. But there are silver linings. It's not all bad, so it's just what it is. All things pass. But I'll keep y'all up to date and, we'll just see where the future takes us. And till the next time, take care.